Hello and welcome back to Girl Talk. Today, if you're just tuning in, we're filming here at Radiant Skin Therapy off of the Beltline near Todd Drive. We're excited to share with you the latest and greatest in anti-aging. Who doesn't want to learn about that?
Yeah, I do.
Right now, we're going to introduce you to, maybe she doesn't need an introduction, Laura Gallagher, who is the owner of the creative company and also an ambassador for Women's Entrepreneurship Day Wisconsin, which if you missed it this year, let this year be the last year that you miss it, because it is a phenomenal event. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
So excited to talk about it. It was awesome. I was there. I enjoyed every minute of it. Give us some of the highlights about this year's event.
Wow, I think our self-preservation exercise that we did in the morning really set the stage. You know, we opened with Kim Sponum from Summit Credit Union talking about women and money and business and moving your ideas forward. And that was a quick intro, and then we moved right into the self-preservation exercise. And the purpose of that was to break down the barriers at the very beginning of the day. You know, so, and to also see that all of us have quite a lot in common, that we're all afraid of losing something, that we're all trying to prove something, that we all want to do something interesting. Mm-hmm. So to be able to see the answers to that exercise on the wall, that was just a great starting place. And then of course we had Allison Little talking about daring to begin, and Dr. Raj talking about neuroscience and brain chemistry.
Oh my God, he was my favorite. I'll tell you, because you know, sometimes we don't understand in leadership if we're doing the right or the wrong thing, and he's actually saying, you know what, lead from the heart. Mm-hmm. You know, make sure that you take care of others. There's just a lot of key points he made that it really riveted with me, and I'm like, I had to go and say hi to him, but it was the event was so intentional in its delivery, and the audience was diverse in age and in everything. You know, you had a little bit of everything. So I am just like excited for next year. And do you have a date yet, or do you have?
We do. It's going to be December 19th, right? No, this year it was December 19th. November 18th. 2019. There we go. Those numbers are so easy to interchange. November 18th, 2019 is the date for next year, and we'll be back at the Monona Terrace. Already reserved, already set up, but we do need help planning this year. So if there are people who are interested in volunteering earlier in the year, my goal this year, because it's now our third year of producing it, is to begin earlier. So in first quarter, we're locking in the sponsorships. In second quarter, we'll do programming, and then third quarter, sell tickets. I think one of the things that was really interesting was that 51% of the women who went to the website this year bought their ticket on the first click.
Yes.
So they were in, they were decisive, they wanted to be part of this great story. Yes. And I think that's the other interesting thing. As much as we had fantastic speakers, we had the first women to graduate from in transportation engineering from the MIT of China. We had Tanya D'Souza in there talking about blockchain and artificial intelligence and the gamification of everything. So just things that we need to know about. We had WIBIC and the SBA and the Latino Chamber of Commerce. We had all of these players in the same room, and that was fantastic. But the other part that was really important is that we were together. 400 people made a decision to come and commit to this day. And I tried very hard to set the stage, you know, in the communication before, at the conference, and during, to stay present with each other, because the power isn't just in who you're learning from. We can do that online, but or in other forums, but it's in community that we move our ideas forward, that we say, Jessa, you can do that. You can do that, Janet. You can move that idea forward. And we need that kind of encouragement, just because, and we need to be able to connect with each other and to others that we know.
Yeah, so before we go, I want to just share with people what your involvement is with other Women's Entrepreneurship Days around the world. So Laura brought this to Wisconsin, and now you are going big.
Yeah, so I'm one of the USA ambassadors, and I also am connected to women in Asia, women in Sweden, women in Germany who are doing these events. It is a global movement. It happens in 144 countries. And I think for me personally, there's this local movement, statewide movement meaning, but there's also helping 20 plus other ambassadors in the United States of America to get their events off the ground, and then learning from women in Germany and in Asia and just all over the world. It's seeing what they're doing. It's so exciting. We are part of by being part of this conference and part of this movement, we're part of a much bigger story of women, creating economic empowerment opportunities for sure, but also connection, community, and all of that. It's pretty exciting.
Absolutely. Well, I recommend you make it next year. If you missed this year, I've gone every year and will continue to do so. Laura Gallagher, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Girl Talk. We've got more. We'll be back after the break.